head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, my favorite team, Sean McVay. Coach, thanks a lot for coming on, man. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing great, Coach. And let me start here. Your defense has been excellent lately. You have allowed the fewest touchdowns in the NFL and the 7th fewest yards this season. I know those numbers change every week, but I wanted to spotlight it because Chris Shula and the defense has kind of been killing it. And I know we still got a lot of games left to play, but why do you think they've been so successful so far?
I think it's a great reflection of the people that are involved, and that's players, coaches. I think there's great collaboration. I think there's a great ownership and understanding of what we're trying to get done, and these guys are doing their thing. And it's been really fun to watch the consistent improvement, the sense of urgency, but also the enjoyment of playing with one another, celebrating each other's successes. I think we've really been at our best, when people get into scoring position. You look at it. I'm not a big stats guy, but the stats that I do care about are, the things you just mentioned with the points. I think we've been excellent when people are in scoring position. We're one of the top red zone defenses in the league, depending upon which metrics you look at. And I just love the individuals that make up the collective, and that's the players, the coaches. They've done a great job, and we need to continuously build and keep growing, and we're excited about getting back at it this week against the Saints.
All right, you have made a trade for Roger McCreary from Tennessee as a cornerback. What did you see in him, and what are your expectations?
Yeah, I think we'll get familiar with him to start. A guy that adds some value and some depth to our secondary. We've obviously had some guys banged up. Got respect for him just having gone against him in week 2 and then just seeing his body of work from afar. Aubrey Pleasant, our assistant head coach who runs our back end, coached him at the Senior Bowl and really had great things to say about him. And so, credit to Tennessee. They were really good to work with, and to be able to acquire a player like this that upgrades our overall football team is a good thing. But, we just got him in. We'll continue to kind of just onboard him the right way, and we'll see where he fits as we continue to get more familiar with him and figure out what's the best way to utilize his skill set.
We're talking to Sean McVay, and Sean, when we get to talk to you every week, it's always about football. It's always about work. But you actually got a bye this past weekend, and we know you pretty well. I know you still worked a lot. You still looked at a lot of film. You still prepared stuff. But when a guy like you, who is very focused on work, gets a bye week, do you get any downtime? Do you do anything with Veronica and Jordan, or is it just, hey, guys, I gotta zero in and hunker down on this work, and we'll do stuff after the season? How do you treat a bye week?
Yeah. No, I think it's good to be able to have that balance and to be able to get away, where you're excited to get back at it. There's some times where you pick some pockets, but, to be able to spend time with my family, I think I'm at my best, when you can kind of be able to be fully immersed and present in whatever it is that you're doing. And if you're working, you're fully committed and present in that. And then if you're at home, let's be totally and completely present with them. And so we had a cool second birthday for Jordan. It was a big day. We had trucks and dynos and a lot of cake, and he was smiling. And so I did get a chance to be able to enjoy some rest and relaxation, got some sleep, did a little bit of football, but more than anything, enjoyed spending some quality time with my family and celebrating my son's second birthday. So I'm not as much of a basket case as I used to be.
Nice. Well, happy birthday to Jordan. I want to ask you if there's a star in town right now that a lot of people are talking about. His name is Shohei Ohtani. Have you had a chance to see what he's doing, and what's your reaction to the spectacular talent that he is?
Yeah, it's awesome. You just have respect for the consistency, the ability to perform on the biggest stage. But, this guy seems like he really enjoys what he's doing. I love Dave Roberts. I'm obviously rooting really hard for the Dodgers. But, this guy seems like, we talk about competitive greatness all the time, being your best when your best is required. And you talk about a guy that seems to come to mind when you say that. Certainly Shohei's one of those guys. We got a couple defensive calls that we've named Shohei to honor him. So he's a stud, and looking for these guys to be able to get 2 more to close it out.
Sean, here come the Saints, and as somebody in your position, you're a huge favorite in this game, and they've struggled this year. But games like this scare me, because they're an NFL team. They have NFL players. Do you bring it up with your players? Hey, guys, don't fall into that trap. Don't pay attention to things like we're huge favorites or they're struggling, or do you just assume that as professionals they know that already?
No, the tape tells you a very different story than what their record is. So I think we've got guys that have enough humility, enough respect for the caliber of competition at this league, that if we don't come ready to go, we will get humbled, and we'll get humbled quickly. And we got to have a great week of preparation. We've got to continuously improve. Our players have too much respect for their players. Our coaches have too much respect for their players and coaches. And the sense of urgency is heightened as the season continues to progress. And if you're really a true competitor, you understand what it's about week in and week out to be able to bring it. This is a damn good team with a lot of great players. They're well coached, and I don't care what their record says. If we don't show up ready to go, it's not going to be a fun movie for us. But I like to look in our guys' eyes and the excitement about getting back to work and having a great week of prep so we can go do our thing against them.
You say you look at the tape. Tyler Shuck, who's going to start for them at quarterback, has thrown 32 passes so far this year. How do you prepare for a rookie that you haven't really seen much of?
Yeah, I think you lean into that. You understand what a lot of the evaluations from Louisville looked like, and project kind of some of the different things that you would anticipate that fits for what Kellen and their offensive staff wants to do. They got playmakers all over the place. He's a guy that can play in rhythm and on time. He's accurate, has a good internal clock. He's much more athletic than I think he's given credit for, so you have to be great with your rush lane integrity. And so you use the film that you can evaluate on. You use what they've put on tape, and then you also kind of have to do a little bit of projections and play good rules ball.
All right, Sean, last thing for me. Give us an update on Puka Tutu, and we also saw that you lost Tutu Atwell to injury this week. Who fills that void if Tutu's not going to play, but if Puka's limited and you need a number 3 receiver, who are you looking to?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of depth. And, I don't think it exclusively has to come from the receivers, but, guys like Jordan Whittington and Xavier Smith and Kanate Mumfield have just continued to answer the bell. We expect Puka to be back ready to go. Obviously, it's great to be able to see Devontae getting some good positive momentum going into the bye, and let's continue to build on that. But we got tight ends, we got backs, we've got a lot of skill, and Tutu will be back here in about a month. It'll be the designated IR to return, and he'll miss 4 games, but then we expect him back after that. And it's a bummer for him, but in the meantime, other guys will step up and maximize their opportunities like they've shown they're capable of.
Last thing for me, you have had an interesting relationship with sleep. I think you used to not sleep, then you've sort of made a commitment to sleep. I went to an 18-inning game the other night. Had you been in that situation, you get off at 2 a.m. and you show up at the ballpark the next day, how would you have handled your sleep?
I would have made sure to get it. That's why I probably would have been out by about the 11th inning. So, that's what I would have done. Otherwise, I'd be a vegetable the next day. So I got nothing for you. I know this. People that have been around me, they would say he needs his sleep because he's grouchy and no one likes me when I don't get my sleep.
All right, awesome.
That's a good answer. Hey, Sean, did Jordan decide to go Spider-Man on Friday for Halloween, or does he not know yet?
You know what? So, I've seen a couple different costumes from Mom. I've seen Spider-Man. I've seen a dinosaur. I think I like the Spider-Man one a little bit better because when he pulls that dinosaur head, on top, he kind of puts it behind him. So the Spider one just a little swaggier. It's like a Jack Spider-Man too, man. He looks like a little mini pocket Hercules running around.
Nice,
Love
man.
It.
Nice.
Love it.
Well, happy Halloween. We'll see you on Sunday at SoFi, Coach.
Sounds good. Always enjoy it.
All right, there you go. There's Sean McVay. Whenever Coach calls in, it's presented by LA Care. Life is what you make it. Whatever you're making, make it matter with LA Care Health Plan. Did you know healthcare starts at $0? Visit lacare.org to learn more. When was the last time